Hi YouTube, it's me, Justine. Just wanted to touch base with everyone. I went and met with my nutritionist, personal trainer that's there, and the nurse practitioner today. Um, I have lost now a total of 13.5 pounds. When I started out in December, I weighed 286.5, and I currently weigh 272, 273. Sorry, let me double check. 273. Um, so that's pretty exciting. I'm actually really happy with my results so far. I've really been putting forth a lot of effort. It's a lot more work when you're not trying to make it a short-term goal like I have in the past, In the past, my mindset has always been like, okay, if I can just lose this much weight, I'll be so much happier. And I wasn't handling, the underlying anything with it. So it's kind of nice with this process. I really was worried time was going to go so slow, but I swear it's just flying, and I'm totally happy with that. Excuse me. So just some important stuff, I guess, coming up. When I talked to them today, they said that my water weight has been a little off, a little high. One week it was just really high, and I've not been having anything with any salt in it. So they did recommend I get a hold of my primary care physician and get in and see what he is thinking and take my slips with him from the scale that I get that shows all my water weight. Because, you can see my hands. My poor fingers are always so swollen. Like, they're not just a normal swollen. They're just like a stiff. It's quite painful. And I have the same issue with my ankles and such. I always have sock lines. I can have my socks on for 3 minutes and I have sock lines, and they're not tight socks by any means. So I'm supposed to do that. We also talked about my protein intake with the nutritionist. The protein shakes that I talked about in my last video, I believe it's Premier Protein. Don't quote me on that. Pretty sure it is. I've been drinking the chocolate one for breakfast. Has 30 grams of protein in it. I love it, love it, love it. They taste delicious, and they do fill me up to the best of what I can be. When I say filled up, I don't have hunger pains, but I still feel hungry in a form, like in a sense. I'm sorry, not in a form. I can't talk today. But basically, they said my protein was really well. Everything is looking really good. They're very happy with how I'm progressing. So I think that's great because I feel good with how I'm progressing. I did have kind of a rough week last week, though. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. I was off last week because of all the snow. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I was off last week because of all the snow. It was a hot mess in Indiana where I live. So anyway, I was off, and I noticed in that time period while I was off that my food was it was okay, but it really could have been better. I really noticed myself grazing. I had bought my kids, I go to Costco a lot. We have a big family. So I had bought, like the big boxes and stuff that have like little bags of chips and, ones with cookies and crackers and stuff. Because, my kids, I kind of listened and I gave in and I bought some. And apparently I loved them a little too much because that was a very big weakness for me. So I'm not going to be buying those again for a while because I need to work on my willpower. I guess that's a trigger for me. Sweets is a big trigger, so not going to be keeping those in my house for a while. Or, truthfully, I don't know if I ever will. If it's something like that, I'll let my kids go to the store and then get one of those little snack containers if they want it, whatever. That way maybe it'll help, limit them and restrict them a little bit on their sugars as well. Some appointments coming up. March 30th, I have my psych eval. I was supposed to have had that last week as well, but courtesy of the snow, I couldn't get there. My Durango was actually in the shop because of a deer I hit prior, and I had this little tiny rental car that I swear to God you could wind up. It did not do well at all, so I didn't have a prayer of getting there. So I unfortunately had to reschedule. So that is on March 30th. Another appointment coming up that I'm actually super excited about is I finally get to meet the surgeon that I'm going to have. His name is Dr. Gehrig. I'm probably saying that wrong. Like I said, I've never met him. I've looked up tons of things about him though. Just terrible at pronouncing the poor man's name. But I've heard nothing but good things about him. I've gone to support groups where they've just praised over him. And I have a feeling I'm not going to have an issue with him at all. So like I said, I'm very excited. I get to meet him on the 5th. So my husband is going to try to take a personal day to go with me that day. Don't know if that'll work, but still going. Then I have my other appointments, just my normal appointments for the month, except for I won't see the nurse practitioner because my insurance will not cover me seeing the doctor and the nurse practitioner in the same month. May 2nd will actually be my last appointment with Kathy, Brad, and Sandy, the dietitian, the trainer, and the nurse practitioner. After that day, it will actually be 6 consecutive months of me being involved in a pre-bariatric program. So they will be able to submit my food journals, my exercise logs, any weight loss I've completed, showing my psych eval scores, as well as any other documentation that they've gathered. They will send that to my insurance, and they said it could take anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks for us to hear back from my insurance on the approval for that or denial or what have you, hoping to God for an approval. I mean, I've followed everything. I've gone to my monthly appointments. I've not missed any. I've made sure I've attended support groups so far. I'm supposed to only go to 3, and I didn't get to go to the one in December because when I first started, they had already had it. So I've actually gone to 2 now. I'm only required to go to 3, but all the ones they have topics for, I actually plan to go to all of them. So unless I have a severe schedule issue, I will be attending all 6 of those. What else? Oh, so I may actually get to have surgery about mid to end June. That's awesome for me. I mean, fortunately, the job that I have, I actually am off summers, so it really will work out great with my schedule. Kind of let me get back in the groove of things. It'll let me be off with my kids. Just kind of have a good summer and start a summer off really well with good eating habits, and I can still do fun things with my kids, but it just doesn't have to always be revolving around food. So I'm actually very excited. I cannot wait to actually get a surgery date. I really hope my insurance is, I've never seen them take long at all for ever doing anything. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't take long for them to come back and, hopefully give me approval. I'm praying for an approval. I don't see an issue, and neither do they, but I'm kind of negative sometimes. But I guess that's it for today. I mean, if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to let me know. And like always, I will comment you back. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.